Bonsoir à tous. Vu qu'on est bloqué chez nous, on essaie de s'occuper comme on peut et du coup on a décidé d'enregistrer des anciens quiz, voilà, pour que vous puissiez vous amuser. Nous, ça nous amuse de le faire, donc j'espère que ça va être pareil pour vous. Ce quiz va se composer en 4 parties, 4 thèmes principaux. Du coup, on aura les femmes dans l'histoire, des paroles de chansons, vous devrez deviner le titre. Avant et après, je vous expliquerai quand on y viendra. Et à la fin, le Seigneur des Anneaux. Voilà. On va passer à l'anglais.
Hey, what's going on? So, due to the quarantine that we're experiencing in Paris, we decided to we're uploading our older quizzes online. So obviously we got rid of current events and got rid of music for right now. In the future, we will upload the picture sheets and we'll have separate music clips for you to listen to because we can't put them on YouTube or else we're going to get flagged. If you want to play and have your answers graded, we will link answer sheets in the description and we'll check them, I don't know, every few days or whatever, grade ones, and then maybe if we get enough responses, we'll put down like winners and things like that or who's in the lead. Anyways, tonight's categories are Women in History, Song Lyrics Before and After, which we'll explain when we get there if you haven't played, and Lord of the Rings. Okay.
Juste voilà, il y a le formulaire pour vous donner les réponses qui est dans la description. J'avais oublié de le préciser. Voilà, vous avez le lien dans la description. À l'anglais.
No, just go.
Ok, ou en français. Donc première question, elle est parfois surnommée la Reine Vierge, mais dans un discours de 1559, elle disait qu'elle était mariée à l'Angleterre et que ses sujets étaient ses enfants. Qui est-elle? Quelle est cette Reine Vierge?
Question 1 for Women in History. Some people like to refer to this queen as a virgin, but apparently in a speech in 1559, she said, "My husband is England, and my subjects are my children." Who was she? So again, because it's recorded, we're going to go faster than normal, so you can hit pause. Question 2 for Women in History. This woman was left out of the Christian Bible, and it makes sense. She was Adam's first wife, and she left him because she refused to be subservient to him. So then God had to do a plan B and make Eve. What was Adam's original wife's name?
Deuxième question. Cette femme est connue pour être la première femme d'Adam, mais elle voulait être à son égale et il en était hors de question, comme on n'aime pas trop le divorce, dans le christianisme. Elle est même pas mentionnée dans la Bible, pour vous dire. Quel est le nom de la première femme d'Adam? Troisième question. Ça fait malheureusement presque 1 an déjà qu'elle nous a quittés. Elle était photographe, réalisatrice et artiste plasticienne, rien que ça. Et elle a grandement contribué au mouvement de la nouvelle vague. Qui est-elle?
Question 3 for Women in History. This Belgian-born director was famous for her work during the French New Wave film movement. It was of the 1950s and 60s. She unfortunately died last year in Paris. Who was she? Question cat for Women in History. This 19th century mathematician is often referred to as the first computer programmer. Despite being the only legitimate child of Lord Byron, she shared a last name with a very famous 1970s porn star. It definitely threw off Google when I was searching for her.
Quatrième question. Cette mathématicienne du 19e siècle est souvent considérée comme la première programmeuse informatique. Si je peux vous donner un indice ce soir, c'est qu'elle porte le même nom de famille qu'une star du porno des années 70. Gros indice. Cinquième question, c'est une question longue. Cette artiste du XXe siècle n'est ni française ni américaine. Elle est tout de même devenue célèbre après son exposition de New York. Et que le Louvre lui ait acheté une de ses peintures, Le Cadre. Elle était féministe et était membre du Parti communiste avec son mari Diego. Et presque toutes ses œuvres sont des autoportraits. Qui est-elle?
Question 5, last one for Women in History. While this last person is neither French nor American, this 20th century artist became famous after her New York City exhibit. And then later the Louvre bought one of her paintings, The Frame. The fun fact, it was the first time an international museum bought a painting from someone from her country. She was an active feminist, member of the Communist Party with her husband Diego, and most of her art was self-portraits. Who was she? Second category is song lyrics. It's probably easier with the text up. But we're just going to read the song lyrics and you tell us which song it is. So we tried to do this live and she started singing the song. So I'm just going to do this quickly as monotone as possible. Question number 1. At first, I was afraid I was petrified. Kept thinking I could never live without you by my side.
Devinez la chanson.
Song lyrics number 2. Young man, there's no need to feel down. I said, young man, pick yourself off the ground. I said, young man, 'cause you're new, 'cause you're in a new town, there's no need to be unhappy. Question 3. Oh, baby, give me one more chance to show you that I love you. Won't you please let me back in your heart? Oh, darling, I was blind to let you go, but now since I see you in his arms. Question 4. Your stare was holding, ripped jeans, skin was showing. Hot night, wind was blowing. Where you think you're going, baby? And number 5. So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time, I was finding myself. And I didn't know that I was lost. We will come back and give the answers after this. Bonus, this is just unrelated to everything else. For the bonus. Regarding the highest grossing music tours from 2011 to 2019, U2 was number 1 all time with $736 million. Who overtook them in 2019 when this person/group earned $775 million from the tour? And a fun fact, it's a little hint. U2 reached their number with only 110 shows. The answer to this question, it took them 260 shows. Who was it?
Du coup, la question bonus, après on vous donnera les réponses, c'est la première partie. De 2011 à 2019, U2 établissait un record avec leur tournée de concert qu'elle a été la plus lucrative de l'histoire avec 736 millions de dollars. La place de numéro 1 a été raflée en 2019 donc par cet artiste ou groupe lorsque sa tournée a remporté 775 millions de dollars. Qui a la tournée la plus rentable de l'histoire? Tadam, tadam. Les réponses maintenant.
Wait, so we're going to give the answers real quick. If you were playing and you don't, I don't know. Anyways, here's the answers. For question 1, the Virgin Queen.
La reine vierge, c'est Élisabeth Ier.
Ouais. Question 2.
La première femme d'Adam.
Adam's first wife.
Lilith.
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 Question 3, the Belgium director.
Oui, la multi-artiste dans toute catégorie, gagnante, tout ça. C'était Agnès Varda.
Oh, you gotta...
Pardon.
Before the thing came out.
Désolée, j'étais un peu trop enthousiaste.
Question 4. The computer programmer who shares her name with a porn star. The porn star would be Linda Lovelace.
C'était Ada Lovelace.
Ada Lovelace.
Ada Lovelace.
I say Ada.
Le français.
Question 5. This one, the big hint there was her husband Diego. And who's a famous artist with a husband Diego?
C'était Frida Kahlo, celle qui fait de top portrait et qui a été connue grâce à leur blablabla. Bon, bref, vous avez lu la question comme...
And moving on. Song lyrics. At first I was afraid. I was petrified. I kept thinking I could never live without you by my side. And then Glory Gaynor, she will survive.
She's survived. But,
Wait. Question 2.
Young man, there's no need to feel down, I said young man. Ouais, c'est un peu tôt pour danser, mais ça va. Voilà,
Oui.
bref.
D'accord.
Je vais chanter enfin. Oh baby, give me one more
chance.
Show you what living, no.
I guess the good part is no one will copyright infringe that.
Voilà.
Because that sounded nothing like Jackson 5, I Want You Back.
La jalousie à l'anglaise.
Question 4.
Your stare was holding Rip James Kim. J'ai plus les paroles.
El
Honey,
Droit.
baby.
El Droit
Voilà.
Arrêté de chanter.
Merci.
Oui. Yeah, the last one was.
Mais il a oublié le
Avicii, Wake Me Up.
PowerPoint.
And for the bonus, this is our boy. He's very cute. He's very
Eddie.
lovable. Ed Sheeran.
Ed
The
Sheeran.
Divide Tour, I believe is the name. Anyways, third category tonight is before and after.
Troisième catégorie,
yeah,
before and after. On va vous expliquer.
No,
Oui.
let's hold the middle.
Okay.
I got. All right, I'll hold.
Okay.
We'll try to do this explanation really quick. I'll do it in English, and she'll do it in French, and we'll start. So the way before and after works, sometimes it's tricky, sometimes it's easy. There's each question's 2 questions, and there's a connection in the middle. Sometimes it's just a word. For example, if the question was like Bruce Willis, the film with Bruce Willis and Nakatomi Plaza, and a chain of musical restaurants. The answer would be Die Hard Rock Cafe. Hard is obviously the connecting word there. So Die Hard, Hard Rock Cafe, Die Hard Rock Cafe. But then sometimes we make it trickier, where it's not even necessarily a connecting word, it's almost the sound. So for an example of that would be like Ricky Martin's version of YOLO, and then another word for a train. It'd be Living La Vida Locomotive. So they're definitely tricky on your first time experiencing them. But we do them a couple times a month at our quiz, and the people who come regularly, they've gotten really good at them, so we've had to make them super sneaky. Now we'll do the explanation in French real quick, and then we'll start.
On va faire les explications en français très rapidement et après on va commencer. Du coup, avant-après. L'avant-après.
No,
Pardon. Oui.
yeah, we don't want to
Réglage de micro, je suis pas encore tout à fait OP. Avant-après, en fait, je vais vous donner 2 informations dans chaque question. Vous allez devoir répondre. En fait, donc réponse, c'est 2 mots différents ou 2 réponses différentes. Et il y a un mot au milieu qui est un mot commun. Je vais vous donner un exemple, ça sera beaucoup plus facile. Je vais prendre le même exemple que mon ami ici présent. Si je vous dis première information, un film de Bruce Willis où il visite le Nakatomi Plaza. Et deuxième information, une chaîne de restaurants à thème musical. La réponse serait Die Hard et Hard Rock Café. Donc ça ferait Die Hard Rock Café. Ça serait ça la réponse en entier. Die Hard Rock Café. J'espère que c'est clair. Voilà. Et des fois, donc il y a un mot commun. Ou alors des fois, on a devenu un petit peu sournois. Ça va pas être exactement le même mot, mais ça peut être la même prononciation, le même son. Voilà. Voilà. Vous verrez bien, et puis on en fera plusieurs, on va enregistrer plusieurs, du coup vous deviendrez extrêmement bons comme les gens, les habitués de notre quiz, je l'espère. Bonne chance. Donc, féminin. Dans le dire, mais c'est bref, je vais passer le micro, c'est bien trop long.
Question 1 for before and after. Part 1 is her damn grandson married a colonist back in 2018. And the second part is, and the second is a city in Palestine known for its manger. So think about it for a while. Question 2. First one is one of the princes of, he's a prince of Andorra. The first part is a prince of Andorra, and the second is the mascot for a world-famous chain restaurant.
Deuxième, la première information, donc le premier est prince d'Andorre, et l'autre est la mascotte flippante d'une chaîne de fast-food présente un peu partout dans le monde. Pardon, je me suis entraînée. L'un est mieux connu sous le nom de Wolverine et l'autre a 2 équipes de foot.
Wolverine, and the other has 2 famous football clubs. So remember, this is an international quiz. So if you're in America, by football we mean the ball on the screen, not American football.
Oui, on parle du vrai football, hein, pas du football américain.
There's not really French Americans going football. I've never heard of that. You must mean the Patriots. Question 4. Question 4. The first is the main singer from the best-selling soundtrack of all time. And the second is one of Tom Hanks' most famous lines from a movie. This is my favorite of the round. One of them.
Donc, la première chante la BO la plus connue vendue de toute l'histoire, on l'a tous entendue. Et l'autre est la réplique la plus célèbre de Tom Hanks. Liaison. Et enfin la dernière, le premier est une ville dont on parle beaucoup dernièrement et où apparemment on aime bien manger des chauves-souris. Et l'autre est un pirate de l'espace.
Question 5, last one for this round. The first is a city that apparently loves to eat bats. And the second, space pirate.
Suite. Fin.
Oh, you did, my bad.
Je l'ai fait.
All right, so tonight's last category is Lord of the Rings. So normally what we do is we let people who play our quiz suggest categories. This was suggested. If you're looking for a very difficult Lord of the Rings quiz, this is not it, because we could have upwards of 100 people at our quiz. They're not going to be all 80. You get 20 teams.
On a 20 personnes. Non, c'est pas vrai.
Right, no, we get 20 teams.
Oui, non.
Yeah, so our most is probably
J'aime
100.
juste la contradiction, c'est tout.
Yeah. No, our most is probably 100. Yeah, figure if we average what 16 to 20 teams now. Each team averages 3 to 5 people.
Oui.
Yeah. So what's 16?
We have people who they're alone too.
Yeah, we have some, but then we have some teams that have like 5 people.
Mm.
So it's the average, probably 3. Moving on.
Bref.
Lord of the Rings. Yes, it's not gonna be a very Lord of the Rings difficult quiz because we have to cater to a wide audience. Question 1: When Frodo and crew left the Shire, he and Sam ran into 2 buddies who somehow managed to not get themselves killed throughout the books or the movies. Who were they? His 2 buddies.
Du coup, dernière catégorie, ça a été choisi du coup par les gagnants d'un des quiz précédents. Donc voilà, première question. Quand Frodon et ses potes partent de la comté, lui, Sam, percute 2 autres de ses amis. Ils rejoignent tous 2 le groupe et arrivent à survivre pendant toute la saga. Qui sont...
Oh, skip number... Oh.
Petite erreur de notre part.
Alright, we'll add that in later. Question 3.
Question 3. Gandalf disait de Sylvebarbe, ou Barbe-Bois dans des traductions plus récentes, qu'il est l'être le plus âgé qui marche encore sous le soleil en cette terre du milieu. Il est présent dans le 2e et le 3e film, mais davantage dans le 3e d'ailleurs. Quel est le nom de l'espèce à laquelle il appartient cet arbre Sylvebarbe en 3 lettres, son espèce d'arbre bref.
Question 3. Treebeard was said to be the oldest living thing that still walks under the sun, according to Gandalf. He makes appearances in the 2nd and the 3rd film, but more so in the 3rd when the trees come and fight. What 3-letter word is used as the name of his species?
Il y a une petite... Quatrième question. Plusieurs personnages l'ont touché, mais seulement 3 sont considérés comme porteurs de l'anneau unique. Et ils ont tous fini par traverser les terres immortelles. 2 l'ont fait à la fin du film et l'autre un peu plus tard. À part Frodon, qui sont les 2 autres hobbits à avoir été porteurs de l'anneau? Petit piège.
And last question, we always like to finish the quiz with just sort of making fun of the U.S.
C'est facile.
Ouais, so lately, It depends. Sometimes making fun of Trump, sometimes making fun of Democrats. This week it's making fun of Democrats from when we did this. So if you're watching this in the future, this might be impossible. But if you're watching it recently, you might remember the headline. Lastly, this week, it's quite easy to laugh at the U.S. handling the coronavirus. But instead, let's turn towards politics. Which bumbling Democratic candidate accidentally created a horrible soundbite of him saying, "We can only re-elect Donald Trump"? There was more to the statement, but if you're running for president, you have to learn not to create sound bites like that because they will be used against you.
Du coup, comme d'habitude, notre dernière question de quiz, à chaque coin de quiz, on se fout un peu de la tronche des Américains. J'ai le droit parce qu'il me l'a permis. Les orateurs démocrates a réussi à maladroitement placer lors de sa campagne aux élections présidentielles. Oui, présidentielles. On peut seulement réélire Trump. Voilà, quand on se présente à une grande élection, on évite d'avoir ce genre de propos qui peuvent être mal interprétés. Je répète littéralement ce qu'il a dit, c'est pas grave. Aucune. Bref. Les réponses.
Her damn grandson married a columnist back in 2018. Is it I think, yeah.
Not
Okay. Yeah, I think it cut out for that question. Question 2. The first one is Prince of Andorra, and the second is a mascot for a world-famous chain restaurant. C'est qui?
C'est Emmanuel McDonald.
Emmanuel Macron is a Prince of Andorra, and Ronald McDonald. Oui. Emmanuel McDonald. And that's an actual photo of Macron dressed up as him.
C'était pour Halloween dernier, si je me souviens bien.
C'est la vérité. Question 3. One is better known as Wolverine, and the other has 2 famous football clubs.
Hugh Jack Manchester.
Hugh Jack Manchester. United and City. Oui. Question 4. The first is the main singer from the best-selling soundtrack of all time, and the second is one of Tom Hanks' most famous lines.
Whitney Houston, we have a problem.
Whitney Houston, we have a problem.
On a un problème.
On a un problem. Whitney Houston, on a un problem.
Ça marche aussi.
Right. One is a city that apparently loves to eat bats, and the other is a very famous space pirate.
C'est mon préféré celui-là. Wuhan Solo.
Wuhan Solo.
Wuhan Solo.
Wuhan Solo.
C'est plus.
Lord of the Rings.
Le Seigneur des Anneaux.
It was Frodo, Sam.
Merry et Pippin. Ou Mériadoc et Péregrine.
Oui. Said the crew. Number 2. Yeah, we.
Ah oui.
Just whatever. No, because I'll add it in.
Oui.
So I'll cut this part out. Number 2. What does Gandalf famously say when he's fighting the Balrog?
Vous ne passerez pas.
You shall not pass.
Non.
It's over there.
Pardon, ici.
Ouais. Yeah.
C'était très intimidant.
Question 3. Treebeard and Silverbarb. They were.
Silverbarb est un ent ou ant. Ant. Je sais pas comment on dit. Ent.
I say ent.
Je suis pas très Seigneur des Anneaux, désolé, je porte atteinte à
Question 4.
la série. Bref, j'arrête de parler. Oui.
Tiffany?
Oui, j'ai
You're
fini.
just talking to yourself now.
I know. That's what I do.
In the microphone.
That's what I do. I'm talking to myself.
Okay. Question 4. 7 people had actually worn the ring, and the 3 of them who were referred to as ring bearers and got to go to the Undying Lands were Frodo.
Les 3 porteurs de l'anneau unique étaient Frodon, Bilbo et Sam.
Yeah, Sam went later. Bilbo went at the end of the movie, and then Sam went like 60 years later or something like that.
Comme ça.
And the last one for this quiz, who famously said, "We can only re-elect Donald Trump"?
Joe Biden.
Oui.
Et il est content. Le micro.
Now it's back. I don't know how much it may have missed everything.
Ok, on verra. Voici. I wasn't touching.
No, how is you're holding the whole thing?
I'm like Trump. It's not my fault, even if I'm holding the microphone.
Wait, I want to take over the microphone duties because I don't think any of that got recorded. Thank you for playing. We will upload more older quizzes, and hopefully they'll be a little more professionally run than this one. It was our first recorded for YouTube. But yeah, again, for the future or now, the answer sheets will always be on the bottom. There'll be Google Forms, and for the future, we will have picture sheets you can view there, and links to audio clips or movie clips or whatever for other categories too. Merci, and hope to see you soon.
Merci d'avoir joué. On va essayer de se perfectionner pour la prochaine fois. Et puis, voilà, laissez-nous dire si vous avez des suggestions ou n'importe quoi, des remarques. On est ouvert.
C'est fini?
Bisous.
Au revoir.